Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EURUSD. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody guys, today finally we'll take a look at the euro currency. Since our short-term targets mostly have been hit, patterns that we have discussed yesterday and in the last week on Friday. So if you remember, we mostly have a deal with the Great British short-term stop with the 3-8 retracement yesterday, and the Canadian dollar brand by the sell pattern that we have traded. So you can see, I will show you the picture. You can see the Canadian dollar has hit the target as we have specified. So yesterday was at that place when we have discussed the possible retracement. We said it's 2 levels for scale in, that level and the confidence. So market should turn down has happened. Confidence resistance has held the market from the upper continuation. The market just collapsed right to the target. So by this drop, as the brand bar, the target has been hit 131.58. As the 1618 extension of the hand shoulders pattern has been hit. So also stands right here. So our Canadian brand bar, the trade on the daily chart has been completed. On the Great British Pound, almost the same story. So, but the perspective was shorter term, so even faster. We said that the double repo pattern will start dropping, and we said market should hit 124.30 area is better to use as the target. So this target has been hit even with this candle, but later market even has reached the 124.17 area. So that target also has been completed yesterday. So right now we're keeping an eye also on Australian dollars, since there we have also not bad thrust, and maybe it might will form brand by the buying, but probably this will happen closer to the end of the week. So that's why today we again will take a look at the euro currency. So guys, as you can see, as we have suggested, after the Trump inauguration, the activity probably should return on the market, and that is happening right now. So the trading has become more interesting. So on the daily chart of the euro currency, we mostly deal with the current upward action. As we have said in our weekly research dedicated to the euro currency, we probably should forget for some time about long-term targets, long-term patterns that we have. As you can see here, this butterfly on the weekly chart, also some patterns have on the monthly chart. But currently, on the current week, maybe even on the next week, we will deal mostly with this retracement up. Because currently, it's major action here. And in the short term, we will work with this upward rally. So what we have on the daily chart, market right now is not at every bad. Trend is bullish. Market stands above the monthly pivot point, above the weekly pivot point. So it's approaching to our level that we thought it should hit. So this is monthly pivot resistance 1, yearly pivot point that has been tested yet. It's 108.28. And take a look, that's coincide with the fib level 108.27. So 108.30 is an area that we have specified as the short-term target. Right now, market stands at such point that it's really major concern how particular market will touch this area. Whether it will continue current leg up, or it will show first deep retracement, and then on the upward large ABCD pattern will hit this target. Because if you remember, on the 4-hour time frame chart, on the daily chart, we have said that market could form the reverse head and shoulders pattern here. So you can see this could become left shoulder, head, and that could become right shoulder here. Okay, and market right now stands at the point where it's some uncertainty what action will follow. I will explain you on the intraday charts. So on the daily, situation stands as we have discussed. On the 4-hour time frame chart, guys, take a look. Market has hit some targets, intermediate targets. So that is ABCD target, it's 100% extension, and 127 target of this butterfly. So it finally has been hit. It's 107.34. Also, guys, take a look. That's what is more interesting is that these dot lines 107.74. So you can see market has tested it. And if you will contract the chart, you will see that this is definitely the neckline. So the border of the neckline could be a bit different. For example, as you can see right from the this high points around 108.80 area, but major consolidation stands in the range when the market already has hit. That's why this concern appears, because theoretically this touching on the 1 or 775 area could mean that market already touches the neckline. And if we suggest this scenario, in this case market should start to form right shoulder. So left shoulder has been formed. It's good starting point of the right shoulder. In this case, market will drop to 105, 108.80 area. It's right in the bottom. So this will be a deep retracement. Or another opportunity, another scenario that could happen is that market will complete first the 1618 butterfly. Its next target of the butterfly will be 108.30, so even higher, 108.40 area. And by this action, it will test first this resistance, and only after that it will start to form shoulder. That's current task that we have to resolve. So definitely we could say that some minor retracement here should happen, because market has completed multiple targets here, and some respect to these targets probably will come. And you can see market here is also forming some kind of the wedge pattern or something of that sort. And from that standpoint, it could show retracement right back down to this lower border. And that will be, guys, the moment of truth. So if market will break it down, this trend line, in this case, we probably should come to conclusion that market really has starting to form the right shoulder here. But if market will show retracement but will hold here, in this case, the more probable is that market will continue to move high. We'll make the final leg up, and only after that we'll start to form the shoulder. On the hourly chart, we have also butterfly has been completed here, guys. On the hourly chart that we have discussed, market has hit the weekly pivot resistance once, or consider rather strong resistance. Two butterflies, ABCD extension on the follow time frame chart, weekly pivot resistance 1. Now it's turning down. On the way down, we have some important levels to watch for. First level will be 107. This is a combination of the fib level, 48 support, and this ABCD 1618 extension. Next support will be 50%. Is favorable for euro currency. I also plotted here 106.80, and take a look that this support coincides with the trend line. And final support will be weekly pivot point and 618, 106.58, and 1618 extension of this most recent swing. Why I use this extension? Because if you will look carefully, you will recognize the butterfly here, guys. This could become left wing, that's right wing. It's rather steep, but this is also, guys, the minor butterfly that finalizes the upward action. The market turns down. So when the market shows the minor small butterflies at the eve of the deep retracement, it usually could move to the target, ultimate target of the butterfly, because butterfly in general is a reversal pattern, and ultimate target of the butterfly is the extension of the whole swing of the butterfly right in opposite direction. And this is 1618 extension that coincides with the weekly pivot. Maybe it will be 127. By the way, it's probably stands somewhere around 50% fib levels favorable for euro currency. So that's why maybe 50% will be more preferable for us. Right, somewhere between them. So anyway, guys, there's two major points in current analysis. First of all, we expect deep downward retracement to the 106.80 area. Maybe it will be slightly higher, maybe slightly lower, but in general, somewhere around this trend line. This is lower border of the pin or wedge pattern that's forming on the forward time frame chart, and favored 50% support for the euro currency should reach. So we expect the first leg is downward retracement in that area. And after that, we will be watching what will happen. This will be the moment if market will break it down below 106.60 area. This will tell us it's probably market will drop further to the 105 area, 108.40. If not, the market will hold here, turn up. This will probably mean that market will ready to move to 108.30 target. So that's our trading plan. So 2 steps: first, downward retracement to 106.80 first, and second, we will try to estimate further direction depending on what market will show. So probably we'll return back to discussion of this momentum tomorrow.